So I've been doing a lot of thinking, a lot of pondering lately, and I'm feeling impressed to do a series on the Book of Mormon. See, a lot of Protestants and Catholics want to think that the Book of Mormon is an addition to the Bible. The reality is, it's not. What the story starts off with a prophet named Lehi, who he and his family lived at the time of Jeremiah in 600 BC. Jeremiah is in prison, and God commands Lehi and his family to leave Jerusalem and to take with them a set of brass plates. They get the brass plates and find out that they contain the 5 books of Moses and the writings of the prophets up to Jeremiah at that time. What do we call that today? The Bible. That means there is no Book of Mormon without the Bible. They were instructed to take it with them to teach it to their children. So what the whole story is Lehi's descendants teaching their descendants what the meaning of the Bible is. And over they quote it. Over and over they teach this is what, they teach what the passages mean, what they're there for. And all of it ultimately is there to teach us of the coming of the Messiah, to be crucified and resurrected, to bring that about for us. And that's what this series is going to be about. I'm going to be focusing specifically on all the teachings about the plan of salvation and about the coming of Jesus Christ and his purposes. I'm going to focus on just those parts of it. I'm just going to make an entire series on that so you can see for yourself that it is another testament of Jesus Christ. And especially recently, after studying the Quran, and the Quran just blatantly denies that the crucifixion happened. And a lot of Muslims are saying that our Bible is corrupt, our Bible has been changed over the years, and it's not preserved. The reality is, if they're right and we have nothing beyond the 9th century and we can't prove, its reliability, this is why God brought forth the Book of Mormon. He had Lehi leave in 600 BC, right before the Babylonian exile that you read of in Jeremiah. Right before that happened, he left with brass plates with it. So if they have the brass plates, they're not written on scrolls, they had everything well preserved. And then they wrote all of their writings on gold plates, which would make it well preserved, which now answers what is talked about in Isaiah 29, that God would bring forth his efforts again in a marvelous and wonderful way. So here you have it, well preserved for us for today. God doesn't need our permission to preserve his word, and that's what he did. So he's not contradicting the Bible. There is no Book of Mormon without the Bible. And the reality is, it's here as a second witness of what we should really be interpreting it as. And it's very plain and simple. Jesus is the Christ. He was crucified. And the right way is his gospel. And that's all going to be shared in these videos.